Well, it has been a minute since I've done this last. Lots changed since the last time I posted. Picked up a second job to help pay some bills. Took up a lot of my time. Got a new main job. Bought a new car. Moved. Set up a whole second studio or a new studio in the new place that I had moved to. And then a great opportunity came up and I bought a house and I moved again. And so now we're in a pretty permanent solution, I think. I think we're going to be here a while. So yeah, a lot's changed since last time I posted. But as you could tell with the new logo and the new intro, I'm trying to do a little rebranding. I want to kind of go in a different lane. More in the golf lane, trying to stay in that. Maybe some sports talk here and there, nothing crazy, not breaking down plays or matchups or anything like that. But just as kind of big events happen in sport, I include that a little bit. Some Formula One, some UFC, that sort of thing. But really I want to try to stay in the lane of golf and golf tech and advancements in golf and just things that occur in the golf world to help try to make it a little bit more digestible for the casual viewers out there who maybe don't know the ins and outs of the golf world or the Formula One world or fighting or things like that. But yeah, I want to try to do that. And so we're going to give it a go. We're going to give podcasting another go. So let's get into it. As the new year rolls around, golf companies release new product, as anyone does. And some of the products that I want to start with, I guess, is the new TaylorMade launch, the QI4D. Now, the TaylorMade sponsored athletes, the pros, Scotty Scheffler, world number 1, Rory McIlroy, world number 2, Tommy Fleetwood, PGA champion, have already picked up the new TaylorMade offering, the QI4D, and have put that in the bag and are having great success with it already. For instance, right now they're playing in Dubai. Rory McIlroy is playing in Dubai, and he has the QI4D in the bag, and he was leading after day 1 at 5 under. He should have been leading after day 2 with a few mishaps with water balls coming down the stretch in day 2. Not driver related. I want to make a note on that. He hit a few balls in the water, maybe a few poor club choices, whatever, but he's still in the hunt. He's still, I think, 4th or 5th or 6th, something like that, a couple strokes back off the lead over in Dubai. But so TaylorMade's previous offering, the QI35, was a very balanced driver. I think it was a very accurate driver, but it didn't have crazy speed or crazy pop. Now, I am a TaylorMade fan. I like the TaylorMade stuff. I use the TaylorMade stuff. I had a Sim 2 that I used for a long time. Then I jumped to the QI35 for the accuracy, knowing it wasn't the top speed offering out there. But I wanted to try something with a little more accuracy when I got a new driver. I enjoyed it. I had a great time with my QI35. Had a great time with the Sim before that. But the tour players, almost no one played the QI35. Again, it was accurate, it was great, but it wasn't up to the speed of what the QI10 was, the previous generation before that, which is what the tour players were using, that they had in their bag. And when you're a top player like these guys are, the tour players are, you don't need a driver that's going to be accurate. You're already accurate with whatever club you use. You need something that's going to give you those gains in speed, which is where the QI10 was. So Rory, Scotty, a lot of these guys were using the QI10 product, skipped the QI35, and now are immediately picking up the QI4D and putting it in the bag. Allegedly, when they brought it out for testing at TaylorMade, Rory decided that he was going to, or decided after three balls on the range, that this was going in his bag. He knew immediately that it was going to improve his game, that it was better than what his gamer was. And if any new offering, any new club isn't better than what you're using now, isn't going to give you any gains, why would you put it in the bag? Especially these top players. And so having these guys pick it up and put it in their bag immediately is great to hear, is a great sign for any club manufacturer. I will say, I bought it the day it released. The day it opened for pre-order, I ordered it. So that's coming in the mail at some point. But so again, I'm a fan of TaylorMade. I've used it. I love their stuff. That's the club I'm going with, and we'll see. I'll be honest with you on here after a few rounds or some testing. I'll be honest with you. So far, what I'm seeing in testing from other people on YouTube and whatnot is that it's ball speed is up and accuracy is good, and it's kind of that combination of both the QI35 and the QI10 put together, and it's very balanced, lots of speed, whatever. The next product that I saw that came out was from Mizuno. Now, Mizuno is not always known for their woods and drivers. Now, I've been a fan of Mizuno the last few iterations, the 220s, the 200 series, the 220 series, that sort of stuff. Their recent driver and wood iterations have been really good. Before then, not amazing, but they were fine. They're really known for their irons and their forging process coming out of Japan. But there's something going on with their new driver lineup, the JPX1 and the JPX1 Select, that I think is going to be very interesting. It's not crazy standout like anything groundbreaking, but I think it's a Mizuno driver that can finally compete with the big guys. The TaylorMades, the Callaways, the Titleists. I think the Mizuno guys, the sponsored athletes, the players, Mizuno, are going to want to pick this up. They've got a nano film. What do they call it? They call it nano alloy on the face of the driver. That is some sort of like groundbreaking or new tech where it's going to make the face a little bit more rigid, so you can use a softer ball off the tee that you would normally want to use around the green. That's like you would normally sacrifice driving distance or ball speed for the spin around the greens. What Mizuno is saying is that with this new driver, you can use a softer ball and get just as high of ball speed and not have to sacrifice ball speed for spin around the greens. So that's going to be awfully interesting when that comes to market and we start seeing people play that. I'm excited about it. I think it's a good looking driver. I think it looks a lot like the Titleist from a few previous generations did. The Soul especially, but I don't know. It's a good looking driver. I like Mizuno stuff, and if it's going to be a little bit cheaper than what the main top offering is, you can save $50 or $100 or whatever, and it's still going to give you just as much performance. I think that's a fantastic, I don't even want to call it a trade-off. I think it's going to be good. Of course, you want to go get fitted, you want to go try it, but that's something that is a very appealing offer. The next new line of product is from Cobra, their new Optum line. Cobra, I've used Cobra in the past. Two of my favorite drivers of all time have been my Cobra drivers, but I haven't been a fan since like the F7, F8, F9, F10, into their like King lines and then like all their fast speed stuff. I wasn't really a fan. Something weird with the face, how it was like rounding off the edge. It didn't look right to me. It didn't feel right to me. And there's something with this new batch of drivers that the numbers that I'm seeing from people who are reviewing it are really good. They're good numbers. And same sort of thing with the Mizuno previously, where if you can save $50 or $100 on a new driver and it's giving you just the same numbers, fantastic. But the thing that's standing out with this new Cobra driver is what they're calling Future Fit 33. And so on the hosel, where you would normally adjust for loft or for club face or things like that, to get a little bit more fit for your swing, they have 33 different customization options, I guess, or fitting options, where normally you see a Titleist. They have a 4x4 system, so they get 16 options that you can play out of. TaylorMade's got maybe 10 or 12 settings you can do. The new Cobra drivers, these Optum drivers, have a 33 position hosel, which is going to be insane for fitting. You're going to be able to fit so many players into this driver just because of the ability to adjust the face angle and loft and get that all customized for a very specific player. And then on top of that, you have 4 different head styles that are going to be forgiving and speed preferred. I don't know. There's something new that's with this driver that I like. I like it a lot, and I don't know why. And a lot of the people who are using it online, who have already gotten kind of the demos and are demoing it, are seeing a lot of great results. I think it's going to be a really appealing offer, and it's going to be interesting to see what these guys on tour do with it, because just with their ball speed and accuracy, people like Bryson, people like, I guess he's with Lab now, people like Ricky Fowler and all them who play these Cobra drivers, it's going to be really interesting to see how these perform out on tour and I guess in person. Callaway also released a new line of drivers called their Quantum line, that they're calling a quantum leap in driver technology. I'm not a huge fan of Callaway equipment in general, so let that be known right away. I don't know why this driver appeals to me a lot. Same thing here with these numbers. The embargo just got lifted today, so there's people making videos on it like crazy today. But there's these reviewers and these demo people are getting great numbers out of this. It's long, it's hot, it's a fast club. The thing I don't like about Callaway, for me, it's not saying it's a thing for everyone. I know a lot of people who use Callaway and they have a great experience with it. The thing for me is that I have never been able to control Callaway drivers. I don't know why. It's just not forgiving for my swing. As far as TaylorMade is more forgiving for me, as far as Titleist is more forgiving for me, I don't know what it is about Callaway's offering that just isn't as forgiving for my swing. There's something with the weighting in the face. There's something, I don't know, but I've never been able to hit Callaway equipment good, period. I don't know why. Could be a mental thing. Who knows? But this new Quantum line looks really good. Again, the heel, something's up with the heel that looks a lot like what Titleist did a few years ago. Everyone seems to be doing that low middle weight for ball speed, for that low center of gravity, but they look really nice. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see the Callaway people, how they perform. It's going to be interesting to see how people review and get fit, and once we can get a true kind of head-to-head driver test, it's going to be interesting. Ping, the next product we're going to talk about is from Ping. They are generally a very traditional golf equipment company. They don't really stray too far out of the norm of golf equipment. And for the first time, they're introducing a new product to their line that has been on the market for a while from other brands, from other offerings, but this is the first time Ping has adapted it. And that is the new Ping prototype mini driver. I believe this is their first attempt at making mini drivers. TaylorMade has had quite a few in the past that have been very successful. Titleist has one out now, the GT, that is very successful, that a lot of people like. And I think it's a good product and a good club to have accessible to you. I don't know that it's for everyone. If you're not hitting woods well, if you don't get off the tee well, it's not going to help you at all. It's basically just a shorter driver. And I've seen success by just cutting my driver shaft down. You don't really lose a lot of distance, but you do gain a lot of control off your tee shots. And you don't need to buy an extra club. You don't need to, what's the difference between a mini driver and a driver in terms of distance? Maybe 20 yards max. And it's going to help you with off the turf stuff. But how many times are you 270, 280 yards off of a green that you're going to go after, reasonably? It's just not a shot that a lot of people are going to choose, I guess. The discrepancy between your 3-wood or 4-wood and your driver has to be so far that you would need a top of your bag club like this. This is a very specific club to use. Now, again, Ping, this is their first time at it. I think it's going to be very good, a very good offering for those Ping players. I think it's going to be a great product. But it's just interesting that they're coming out with a product like this. I mean, TaylorMade has the R7 Quad mini driver out right now. They had the Copper Edition Burner mini driver out. I mean, there's a lot of options out there as far as mini drivers go. Callaway Elite has a mini driver. That's actually a fantastic mini driver, is the Callaway Elite Mini from last year. That's a great club. So it's just interesting to see that Ping is going to bring something to market like this. This is new to them. I'm sure that they're loving it, that it's a huge talking point in the offices and on tour and in marketing and whatnot. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. They're great with woods. Their drivers are great. Their 3-woods, their hybrids are great. So I'm sure it's going to be a great product. It's just interesting to see that they come out with something new like that. PXG has a new mini driver as well. I think it's called the Secret Weapon, something like that. But it's interesting. It's the mini drivers that are on the market right now are really interesting. Now, something that's less of a product change and more of an overall branding change, similar to how we rebranded here. We're going to do more golf stuff. A little known brand that is not a mainstream name, but the golf equipment guys, the golf kind of secret tech deep in the weeds of golfers know this brand. The brand is Tour Edge, and Tour Edge is known for making a lot of game improvement products. So it's meant for beginner or people who need help in the game of golf, getting the ball up in the air, more forgiving drivers, things like that. Lighter, softer flexes, more senior branded. But they have a line and had a line called the Tour Edge Exotics line. And Tour Edge Exotics was the tour level made by the brand Tour Edge. And they had some of the absolute best 3-woods on the market. People who were sponsored by the big brands, TaylorMade, Titleist, Callaway, all this stuff, were choosing to play Tour Edge Exotics 3-woods instead of their contracted 3-wood because it was outperforming those products. How? Why? I have no idea. But it was. They make really good budget products. So traditional drivers, the offerings now are $600 or $700 drivers. They were making stuff that was $299, $349, $400, that sort of window where it's a lot more achievable and approachable than a TaylorMade $700 driver, a Callaway $700 driver. And the performance was not bad. You were not missing out on performance by picking up a Tour Edge Exotic product. I used their hybrids. I had a hybrid that was insane, that was absolutely unbelievably hot off the face. There was a 3-wood that they had that is unbelievably hot and unbelievably accurate, and it was a great product. It's not on the market anymore. But that brand, Tour Edge Exotics, or Tour Edge in general, is going through a rebrand. They changed their logo, they changed their font, and they're coming out with some really high-end products, and I am impressed. They came out with bags and accessories that are like top tier, like quality and construction and design, and it's some really good looking stuff. I've seen some people testing the new irons, and they're saying that they feel very much like Mizuno, like the Titleist forged, but they're saying it's very Mizuno feel, which is, if you know the game of golf, Mizuno, or have hit Mizunos, Mizuno makes very soft, very good feeling irons. And the fact that Tour Edge Exotics is making something that feels even remotely close to that is a massive step forward for this brand. Their drivers, I have it up right now, are $499. And the tech behind it is very simple. It's just a 3-position hosel where you can raise the loft, lower the loft, a weight in the center of the head for low center of gravity, and an adjustable weight in the back, just like the top offerings are providing. And you're saving $200 or $300 at the register. The 3-wood that they offer, the new Exotics LS 3-wood, also for $399. Now that is a product that I would put in my bag right now. I would take my Titleist 3-wood out of my bag and put this in my bag right now, because I know how high-end or high-quality their 3-woods are. I know how accurate and how hot their face is. And the tech behind it is a lot like the tech that TaylorMade was using in their Sim 2 titanium 3-wood, the M5 3-wood that Tiger was using, that low center of gravity faceplate with an adjustable weight in the back for heel toe adjustment, is a very simple, straightforward adjustment process and fitting process that is just tried and true and works. It just works. It's very simple and it works, and I'm excited for this product, and I may order this just because I like it so much. I don't know. They're cleaning up their look. They're cleaning up their brand. They have a golf ball offering now, which looks to be just a 2-piece golf ball. It's nothing fancy, but the fact that they're making moves in this way and choosing to release products like this is such a huge step forward for them, and I'm very proud of what Tour Edge is offering. Now, getting off a product, a little bit of golf news, golf info. Former Masters champion Vijay Singh is coming back to the PGA Tour from the Champions Tour at the age of 62. They found some loophole. He found some loophole in the rules where if you're high enough on the money list of career earnings that you can maintain your PGA Tour card, and he is still within that top 50 of earners. So, fantastic. You have the option to go back on tour. Go for it. If you feel like your game is up for it, go for it. A couple years ago, he made the cut at the Masters. Still got game. Perfect. Go for it. I have no issue with that. It's going to be interesting to see how a 62-year-old man fares against people who are teenagers and in their 20s and their 30s and just like outperforming him in every aspect as far as distance and speed and spin and size and fitness level, and coming from the Champions Tour where they were allowed to use golf carts and the practice rounds are easier and they're taking it way easy, like so much easier just on themselves, and it's a more fun environment. Do you still have that competitive edge? Do you still have what it takes to make the cut on the PGA Tour at 62? It's interesting. He's playing this week at the Sony Open in Hawaii. We'll see how he does. It's interesting, to say the least. Similar thing of a return to the PGA Tour. Brooks Koepka has left his LIV contract, or his LIV contract expired, and he is returning back to the PGA Tour. If you remember from a few years ago, Brooks Koepka was one of many players who got a pretty large buyout or offering or contract offering to go play over on the LIV Golf Tour. He was over there for a few years, and when all these players had left to go to LIV, the PGA Tour said, They said, no more. You go, you can't come back. This is it. You cut ties, you cut your alliance, you cut allegiances. If you're going over there, you stay over there, or you, whatever, just don't return, whatever it is. They found a loophole where the LIV players could come back and play in majors and certain events like the Ryder Cup and things like that if they were invited to be on the team or qualified or whatever. And not a lot of people were happy about that, and some people were happy about that they could come back and see their players again. And it's just this big, like, controversy of, like, going over there and staying and whatever. But a lot of people took these crazy money offerings that LIV was offering, and the people who stayed loyal to the PGA Tour knew they could have taken these massive money options, but they didn't want to take the risk of what was happening to these other players by getting banned off the PGA Tour or not allowed to play in certain events. So they stayed. They left the opportunity for big, big money and stayed loyal to the PGA Tour. Now, fast forward a few years, Brooks Koepka's contract times out or expires. He sends a letter to the director of the PGA Tour saying, hey, I would like to come back. Here's what I'm offering, things like that. And they let him back in with certain stipulations. So he had to pay, I think it was like a $5 million charitable donation in the PGA Tour's name to come back. I think his earnings are going to be capped or something. The PGA Tour released a new thing this year where players can earn equity in the PGA Tour or something. They can make money just by being on the PGA Tour, not having to win or perform. And I guess he will not be eligible for that opportunity. So other players, because you went over here and made your money and LIV, you can't come back and make money with the PGA Tour now. The players who chose to stay loyal to the PGA Tour are going to be eligible for that. You can't do that. Now, this is the first time we're hearing of a LIV player coming back, other than majors, other than invites, things like that. This is the first time we're seeing this. So, a lot of the LIV players who got burned, who got, like, hidden away, not hidden away, that's the wrong word, but who got burned by the PGA Tour and said, like, don't come back, stay over there, whatever. A lot of these top players who made a ton of money, Bryson, star player, John Rahm, star player, were asked about the return of Brooks Koepka to the PGA Tour. And they said a lot without saying a lot. They had very few words to say on the matter, almost like something had been said with the LIV ownership with Brooks Koepka leaving. I don't know. It's awfully interesting that it almost seemed, in the interview, it almost seemed like they wanted to come back, but something happened where they weren't allowed to leave or come back or something. Bryson and John Rahm were both saying that they're contracted with LIV through the end of 2026. So, like, they're only worried about this year. Like, we'll see what comes of next year, whatever. But they were not insinuating at all that they're coming back to the PGA Tour. They were saying that their loyalties stayed with LIV and their LIV team for now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm contracted through 2026, so excited about this year.
Yeah, I'm not planning on going anywhere. So, very similar answer to what Bryson gave. I wish Brooks the best, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm focused on the league and my team this year, and hopefully we can repeat as champions again.
I mean, I really don't have any thoughts. I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but I know I'm here to stay. I'm here to support LIV. I'm a captain of a great team and a great group of people. So I'm happy where I am. I'm proud of where I am. I think we're doing many great things, particularly in Australia, and I can't wait for this league to keep growing.
Something new to the golf world as of last year is the TGL tour or program or league, the golf league, TGL. Some people don't like TGL. I love TGL. I think the addition of anything in golf, just like with the addition of LIV, helps the game of golf as a whole. I think getting to know these players more, getting to see them in different environments where it's a pressure-packed kind of environment, like there's a timer, there's speed involved, there's no caddy, there's club select, like I love it. I love it all together. Seeing the how many players, 30 different players or whatever, play the same holes every week. Some people think it's boring, but I think you get to see their strategy a little bit more, see how they strategize around a golf course and play certain shots, and using the same green over and over with like the little nodes that kind of change level, I think is fantastic. I think they did a great job with the environment. Obviously, it's not very practical. Like, you can only build a few more of these. I think they're in the process of building a few more of these across the country. I love the arena. I love the green that they're playing on. I love all the highlights we're getting out of it. I think it's a fantastic iteration of golf. What I would like to see them do in all of these like public simulator locations near you, in X Golf or in a private simulator bar or a simulator place, open up these courses to these simulator locations and allow people to play online. Like, you have the data, you can collect the data, and you can show how you compete or fare against these PGA Tour guys who are playing in it. There's only one set of tees. There's only one set of flags. You have all of the data saved on a hard drive somewhere for all these courses. Just publish it to all these simulator people. Let somebody who has a Bushnell Launch Pro product, let somebody who has a Foresight product, let somebody who has these other simulators get access to these courses and open the tournament, or open some gaming functions across the country. let people play at home on these courses. Let people, like, you might be able to open up this new lane of like golf league where it's not just pros playing, but now it's like you don't have to go somewhere to play golf anymore. You don't have to worry about weather or scale or like the size or infrastructure. You can just play in this basketball court arena with anybody. So let's open this up to not just pros, but who are the best 3-man teams across the country playing on the same course over and over that everyone else has access to. Does that make sense? Like, is that insane? Like, you're creating this third-party course that TGL is offering. Open that up to the masses. Open up this online tournament where any group of 3 or any solo, like you can play duos or solo or whatever, one-on-one online with people at home everywhere on these courses that you can then watch on TV. I don't know. Maybe that's insane. Maybe that's crazy difficult to do. But I think if you can open this up to like let the top 3 teams or top 5 teams or whatever enter into a tournament that then is broadcast live on the TGL stage, and then that team gets to become the team in the next league of TGL, the next season of TGL. Similar to like what I believe European soccer does this, European football, where they have different stages, different levels of team, I guess. And as you win in the previous league, so you start out in, let's say, AAA or Division 3 or whatever you want to call it, whatever makes sense in your head. As you start out in the lower tier of play and you win that league, you win that season, you win the national championship for that level of play, you advance to the next tier, and the team who finishes last in that season in the next tier drops down a tier. So now the competition is kind of leveling itself out throughout all of the teams. So let's use this as an example. The Division 3 basketball team that wins the national championship now becomes Division 2. The worst team in Division 2 becomes Division 3. The Division 2 team that wins the national championship, their national championship, becomes Division 1. Division 1, like, maybe that's not a great example. Maybe we have to go like AAA, AA, or single A, AA, AAA baseball or something like that, where the AAA team that wins their league, the AAA World Series, goes to the pros, and the worst ranking pro team goes down to AAA. Like, I know that's insane to think about from our perspective because we have like these permanent like teams and roles in our sports, but like TGL is a new thing. Let's try something new that other sports have found success in, like soccer, where if you open this up to the masses, the best public team or whatever who may not be pros gets to play their way into the TGL league, and you represent your town or a city or a team. You're no longer you're not a PGA pro, but you're this TGL pro. You're this pro on the simulator under these conditions and these settings. Like, I don't know. I think it's like, make it kind of like darts. Like, I know that's weird. I know that's wild, but like I don't know how darts did it. Obviously, it's like darts is a bar game and a drinking game and like a like casual, like not an athletic event or whatever. Some people might say otherwise. Watching darts is incredible. The energy in those rooms, the fact that they can fill a theater or a hall or a whatever venue this is to watch people play darts is hilarious, and I love it.
Yeah, you might ask the question, what do they do in that 2 or 3 minutes that they've got? Well, I think Luke Littler went on the practice board.
Yes. He's practicing triple 20s apparently. Oh, they both were.
Oh, they've changed the dartboard. They've made the treble bigger.
Don't say that. People will believe you, man. You can't joke on TV. Oh, no.
This is amazing. Come on.
They were both on 9s, I'm just saying. Can he? Can he? Can he?
Yes! You beauty!
Luke Littler has hit a 9-dart finish in the final of the Premier League of Darts. Is it one on the Pro Tour? Is it one on the European Tour? And he's looking at his watch to say, about time. In the semi-finals, he was 7 darts in. There is nothing that this kid, this phenom, cannot do in one of the biggest nights of darts outside the World Championships. And look at the class of Luke Humphries. Look at the class of the World Championships.
And I love it. Like, they're some of the best clips that I've ever seen in my life are these dart clips, and people go wild for it. Let's bring that energy and that like stadium arena to golf. And I think TGL is doing that, but let's loosen up a bit. Let's make it a wild environment. Obviously they can't come into the field to play, but like, let's turn this into hockey, like the energy that hockey brings. Let's turn this into the energy that darts brings. Let's turn this into the energy that soccer has. Like, I don't know. I think that might be wild and ridiculous and like not even feasible. I think it's an interesting thought experiment to go. We have normal golf, PGA Tour golf, where it's just competition. Occasionally you get some match play events. Occasionally you get some of the like parent-child events where it's like the Tiger and Charlie and like those events. And there's one event where like it's a team of PGA Tour player and an LPGA Tour player. Those are fun. Let's mix it up. Let's make it different. Let's have a 2-man scramble event on the PGA Tour. Let's have like an exhibition thing like that. Let's have more match play stuff. Let's have more tournament style stuff. It doesn't have to be just like bracketed events. I mean, not tournament. Every golf tournament's a tournament, but like, let's do more bracketed stuff where you don't have to be like the best against everyone in the field. You just have to beat your player that day or that round. Like, I think that's what's fun in golf. And I think that's what most casual people do is they play head to head, they play match play, they do scramble formats, they do things like that. And then to just watch the best players in the world play 72 holes of golf over 4 days, like it kind of pulls you out of it unless you're like really locked in the golf world. Like, just, I would like to see more funky formats like that. They used to have a skins game. They used to have like these match play events in the past that now they just don't do anymore. I would like to see them come back with something like that. And I think TGL is a great possibility to do something new like that. Liv branched off and did something new where they do 3 rounds and it's more fun and there's shorts and they do like, they flex certain rules a little bit with like the crowds are more there's more environment there. There's more atmosphere. It's like, TGL is now an indoor sport and an arena sport. I think you can take that and expand it. Or now that TGL is happening as well, we need more eyes back to the PGA Tour. Let's do a couple more events in the year where it's match play or bracketed or 2-man scramble or I don't know. I think a 2-man scramble would be hilarious to watch. Pros hit from the same, 2 pros hit from the same spot, better ball, best ball, that sort of thing. I don't know. I think it's something to think about. Obviously, no one who this would matter to is going to hear this, but like, this is where my like brain goes. It's like, how can I improve golf, or how can I change golf, or you know, like, is there any sort of format that would be interesting? That sort of stuff is interesting to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll wrap this episode up with the PGA show. So every year the PGA of America has its like convention, so to speak, or like their big event. It's like Comic-Con for golfers. It's a big convention where all the brands go down to display all their new product and display like their concepts for the next year, what they're working on. You can see new products, you can see new brands that are coming to the market, all down in one place. Anyway, that's down in Orlando. All the brands will have all of their new clubs and new clothing items and new inventions and whatnot. Anyway, I'm going to be down there all of next week at the PGA show. It is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to see the new products that are out. Not equipment, not clothes, but the weird trinkets and accessories and like the little things around golf that make it more unique and more fun. Like, I feel like it's a sport that like baseball doesn't have wild tech. They have new like sliders and bats and stuff like that. But pretty much all baseballs are the same. It feels like. Same with basketballs. Obviously basketballs are going to be, the actual ball is different, but like basketball is a sport. I feel like you don't have all these like trinkets and unique little things like collectibles and accessories that you can get for the game that just make the game more fun, or more unique to you. Anyway, I'm going to be down there. I think it's going to be so much fun to see all the new products and to check out all the new like inventions and stuff like that around the game of golf. And that's it. That's what this show, internet show, podcast, whatever you want to call it, is going to be about. Talking about stuff in the golf world, talking about stuff in the sports world. And I don't know, it's my creative outlet. This is what I like doing. It's the thing that I know the most about. I've spent almost 20 years at this point in my life in the golf world, playing and learning and studying and traveling the country playing golf, and went to college and played golf. And it's what I do. It's my creative outlet. And I'm really excited to do it. And I hope you are too. I hope you'll listen. And I'm planning on making this weekly, or more or less weekly, a weekly show. I'm going to try to do it weekly at least, and just give more updates in the sports world and the golf world, and share storylines about players and products and brands and things like that. But we'll see. We'll see how we saw how that went last time, but we're back at it. So anyway, I appreciate you listening. If you got this far, I appreciate you watching. If you're watching, and I'm probably not, actually, no, probably. I'm definitely not going to record while I'm down at the PGA show. So I will come back the following week with a recap of the PGA show, what I saw, what I liked, and some stories from that. Some PGA Tour stories as well, some wrapping up of the PGA Tour. But anyway, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching, and we'll get out of here. Bye-bye.